Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Horizons. That's right, the second of the 2.3 The Commander's live streams has finished, and we've learned quite a bit about what's happening in the next update. First of all, we found out that there are some changes to the chat panel. We're getting chat avatars with timestamps, and all uninterrupted messages from the same source are going to be grouped together, much like a text chat. Now next, there is the Multicrew tab. Now this is where you're going to go and find new crew members for your ship, or to go and join other people's ships. As you can see, it's split into the find crew or join another ship. Now finding crew obviously means that you're going to be finding crew to go and fill positions on your ship, whether that be gunner, fighter pilot, or perhaps two fighter pilots, because we found out that you can actually go for two fighter pilots and forego the gunner position. Or you could even go and join another person's ship and take up one of the roles on their ship. And we also saw there are different ways of playing multicrew. You can go and play lawfully, where you go and do bounty hunting and so on, just lawful actions. And what happens is if somebody joins your crew and intentionally starts firing on the system security or doing unlawful acts, they'll get a warning. If they do it again, they are instantly kicked from your ship. So this provides you a little bit of a safety net if you don't want to end up accruing these kind of fines and bounties. On the flip side of this, you can also go and join a criminal multicrew for piracy and so on, and what this does is this allows you to go and break the law, no repercussions whatsoever on the ship. You're not going to get kicked out automatically for firing on clean vessels. Now there's also the mentor feature as well. Now this is kind of awesome. You're going to be able to go and sit with another commander, observe them, and perhaps tell them what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. Or even just use this as a way of using the new camera suite to go and just make videos of that particular ship while it's being controlled completely by the other player. So this is opening up a lot of new things to go and do. But as you can see, there's also the further playstyles down at the bottom, and these include exploration, mining, and smuggling. Now, we're not sure what kind of impact Multicrew is going to be having on exploration, but we do know that there is going to be an effect for mining, because it has been confirmed that we're going to be getting turreted mining lasers, which is really awesome. So not only does it mean that you can go out mining with a multi-crew, but it means that you don't even have to be facing the asteroid in order to mine it, which opens up so many more possibilities for different ships like the Type 9, which is an unwieldy beast at best of times. Now the last one is smuggling, and I can see some functionality for smuggling because the gunner is going to be controlling heat sinks and so on. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some more gameplay associated with this, because we have been told that we haven't seen everything and the best is yet to come. Now the next thing is the introduction of the history tab. Now this allows you to go and see your history and the contact you've had with other players, whether that be just chat contact, whether that be winging, multi-crewing, or even if you were destroyed or destroyed these commanders. This makes it very easy for players to go and friend other players, or even go and block other players depending on these interactions. Now I have heard arguments against this, saying it's making space a little less dangerous, because you can go and block anybody that kills you. Now there are arguments for and against this, but I'm not getting into it. I think it's a nice feature that allows players the ability to do what they want easier, because I suspect people are going to get blocked anyway, because there's already the ability to block players in the game. It's just not as easy to do so. Now the thing that really excited me as well is seeing people coming into our ships. We got to see the holographic animation of players joining your ship, because currently, since we don't have the ability to go and walk around at the moment, we currently don't have space legs, although I can't see as it being too far off, because all this entire update seems to be gearing up for this. What happens is you get a holographic representation come and kind of beam in, kind of almost Star Trek style, into the seats of your ship to take up the roles of gunner or fighter pilot. And this is really cool to go and see. And after players have come and joined your ship, we actually get to go and see the new multi-crew members holo display, in which you can go and toggle between the ship holographic and the radar holographic. Now this has been streamlined for the multi-crew members because they don't get full functionality over the ship. And we also saw somewhat of a passively active buff to the ship once you have either one or two crew members, because each crew member that you have in your ship, additional to yourself, generate an additional distributor pip, so you can have a maximum of 8 instead of 6. So what this means, you can have full 4 pips into shields and 4 full pips into engines if you wanted to just run the hell away. Or you could have full 4 pips into shields and full 4 pips into weapons if you just want to face tank things. Or we could have full 4 pips into engines and 4 full pips into weapons if you just want to go and skirt around the battle if you don't intend on getting hit. So this just opens up your ship and powers it up passively as well as actively to some extent. And this is why I can see that Multicrew will provide benefits even to smaller ships like the Cobra or the Adder or so on, or even the Vulture, just because you're going to be having that extra little pip in there, allowing your ship to perform even better. Now what else we found is that the roles are not predefined for the Multicrew members. They jump in and then they can go and select what they want, and these roles can be switched at any time. The possible combinations are 1 gunner and 1 fighter, or 2 fighters. So you can forego the gunner position altogether, especially if the ship doesn't have any turreted weapons or weapons that you can go and take control of yourself. So that leaves these under the control of the helmsman, where you just go and have 2 player fighters flying around. So this is awesome. And it also goes and negates the need for having a NPC crewman. Now one thing we didn't see was whether or not the helmsman can actually go and jump into a fighter and allow an NPC crewman to go and control the ship like is currently available. I'm not sure if that's possible. It would be funny as hell if it were possible, but I somehow don't think it will be. Now out of the 2 roles, the gunner is the more complex. The fighter pilot, we're not going to cover all that much because it's basically just flying around in a fighter pilot. We've seen this already, we've all pretty much gone and experienced this. Now like I said, the gunner role is a lot more complex than at first thought. It's kind of halfway between engineering and the gunner, because it allows you to take control of all the turrets, seeker missiles, torpedoes, mines, limpet controllers, scanners, including, but not limited to, the undisclosed data link scanner, which may or may not have been a bug. Utility mounts, such as chaff launchers, heat sinks, as well as shield cell banks. So, as the gunner, you get control of a good proportion of the ship. You also have access to 2 quick slots which allow rapid deployment of utilities or even additional fire buttons. So you could go and set up the quick slot so that you have technically 3 fire buttons, so you can fire 3 different types of weapons if you wanted, which is making more complex hardpoint setouts more of a usable thing. Because at the moment I prefer to just sit with 2 different types of weapons on my ships, maybe 3 at the most, and then leave it at that. But this is making it way more usable to have a wider array of weapons on your ship at any one time, which is really great for the larger ships. And although it was not stated here or even alluded to, I suspect the gunner may also have access to change the power priorities to systems that are under their purview, such as the shield cell banks and so on, basically affording them a little bit of an engineering role. This is what I suspect. This has not been confirmed, but this is just my speculations on the matter. Now, on to the controversial subject of the third-person gunner reticule. A lot of people are saying this goes and breaks the immersion of the game. I like to think of it as a camera drone flying around the ship, allowing you to have a full 360-degree fire arc with a much greater sense of situational awareness with the new target markers. You can then go and relay this to the ship's helmsman, giving them much better tactical awareness. And I think this is really great. And this allows for a 360-degree fire arc of missiles and torpedoes, as if these things weren't deadly enough. Now I know there's going to be people that are arguing for and against this, especially the loud people that are going to be arguing against this because it breaks immersion. But let's not forget, you can go and forego the gunner position altogether and just have 2 fighters. Now this is going to be keeping in with immersion completely, so I don't see what the problem is. You don't have to use this if you don't want, and this is still going to afford you the 2 extra pips. It just means that you can go and maintain your first person view and not break your immersion at all. Or they could say it's just a camera drone flying around, providing this third person view. And the reason nobody else can see it or target it is because it's so small that it just doesn't show up on radars. So that's fine, I can completely agree with that. But at the end of the day, this is just extra gaming content and extra mechanics that were given into the game, and I really am not against this at all. And as I stated previously, with the afforded extra pips that you get for each crewman, I do believe that Multicrew is going to be giving benefits to every ship that has multi-crew capabilities, not just the larger ships. So your Cobra Mark III, your Cobra Mark IVs, your vultures, they're all going to be getting a benefit from this, even if it is only just the additional pip. But let's not forget, if you're going for the gunner role, which you're going to have to in these ships because they don't have the ability to launch fighters, that you're going to be able to take control over the scanners, over the shield cell banks, and so on, even the chaff. And you're also going to be able to have a much greater field of view than the pilot themselves or the helmsman. So you're going to be able to relay tactical information to them. Now, the gameplay options are obviously not going to be as extensive as if you were in a larger ship, but their benefits are still going to be there, maybe just not as pronounced. And that's all for everything to do with the Multicrew itself. Other things that were confirmed on this live stream are, yes, ship names are incoming. On the stream, you got to see that they named their corvette the Rancorous Bison, and that was quite amusing. A little bit of a Star Wars reference potentially there, or if I'm missing something else, maybe not. But another thing that I am seriously hyped for is the Corvette ship kit. We got a glimpse of it right at the beginning of the stream, and we got to see it a lot more during the combat phases. And I've got to say, this one looks kind of awesome. Now, I'm not sure what the rest of the parts are going to look like, but I'm really liking what I saw so far. The next thing, as we stated previously, is turreted mining lasers. So we are going to be able to go into multi-crew mining and fire at different asteroids, and even if the ship isn't even looking at it, which is great, because up until now, we've only got fixed mining lasers. And as I said before, this is going to open up more ships to going and doing mining, such as the Type 9, which is an unwieldy beast at the best of times, and also doesn't have the best hardpoint placement for mining, because they're so far apart. But I also suspect that not only are we going to be getting turreted mining lasers, I suspect as well we're going to be getting turreted versions of different weapons as well. Just because you wouldn't want to just be limited to the current turreted weapons. Perhaps we're even going to be getting turreted large weapons, which I believe we don't have any of in the game currently. Now, is this a certainty? Hell no. Is this a possibility? Yes, it is. Do I hope for it? I'd like to see it because it would add way more options into the game for commanders. And the last thing that we got confirmed, as I said previously, is that the camera suite is usable by all crew members. So that's going to be awesome, because that's going to be opening the door for content creators like myself to go and make more amazing, breathtaking, sweeping shots of in-game content. And I'm really looking forward to doing this. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this and going and pushing these features to their limits. And let's not forget, Ed also said that we haven't seen the best parts of the update yet. So what could this mean? Could this mean Thargoids? Could this mean more to the Guardians and their ruins? Or even more content yet unspoken? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments as usual. And I will do my level best to get back to as many of you as I can. But I've got to say, I'm feeling overwhelmingly positive about this update. A lot of people are complaining about it, but I really don't understand why. But I've got to say, right now, I'm really looking forward to the beta and getting my hands on this myself. And if current rumours are to be believed, the beta is going to be starting on the 23rd of February, so I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, that's going to be enough for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like the video if you've liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you. Like I said, put your thoughts down in the comments and I'll do my level best to get back to you on that. But I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.